May Allah's peace and blessings be upon you. The reason I started my presentation with that greeting is that Islam encourages people with diverse genders, diverse backgrounds, diverse races, and diverse countries to come together and form a sustainable and a diverse and a peaceful society. First of all, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Soha Hisham Mokhtar. I come from Egypt. I'm also accounting assistant lecturer at Teacher University in Egypt. As you can see from this picture, ancient Egyptian society was not based on men only. However, roles were split and shared between men and women, which led to one of the greatest civilizations in the history of mankind. From that point, I'm going to present my research titled Shedding Light on Board Gender Diversity. Actually, it's a literature review paper. In that paper, I'm trying to find the impact of board gender diversity on the firm performance. Table of content, I'll start with a quick introduction, following the research problem, research objective, and the main theory explaining board gender diversity, literature review, and finally, conclusion and recommendation. Directors set the direction of the company. It monitors and oversees the management, hires, compensate, and regulate senior executives, and it also ties the company with its external environment and safeguards the stakeholders' interests. Therefore, board of directors play an essential and very important role. However, company failures were attributed to the board of directors. These failures were already attributed to many factors, such as inadequate monitoring by the board of directors and insufficient control of corporate managers who pursue their own interests over the company's interests. Therefore, if the business managers are monitored and disciplined, the company's efficiency and performance will considerably enhance. Regardless of the improvements that have been made in gender diversity in companies, the problem is far from settled. Actually, it is not confined to a specific nation. Rather, women representation on board is a very contentious issue all over the world. Particularly, there are many laws and regulations that mandate women representation on boards. Also, the impact of board gender diversity on business performance has enhanced attention due to major corporate scandals such as Enron and Restructuring. After these scandals, many experts called for more gender diversity. Moreover, the issue of achieving gender equality has made its way into the agenda of political debates. The primary objective of these legislative proposals is to increase the proportion of women on board of directors, to form an efficient board of directors that is qualified to keep an eye on the stakeholders' interests. These changes have raised the awareness of gender diversity on boards. Therefore, the research problem is there is an extensive debate regarding the notion that gender diversity on board improves the business performance. Numerous forums and the platforms have discussed the answer to this question, but there is no conclusion has yet been reached. As for the research objectives, the purpose of this research is to focus on gender diversity on board, analyze studies conducted by a variety of researchers, evaluate the development of board gender diversity literature, and comprehend the relationship between firm performance and board gender diversity. Furthermore, it investigates major theories mentioned in the literature relating to the board gender diversity and sheds light on the roles, characteristics, and significance of the country's board of directors. The main theory explaining board gender diversity, we have two theories. The first one is the agency theory. Agency theory states that the significance of gender diversity on corporate board of directors as a strategy for minimizing potential conflicts between stakeholders and management, which encourage a voluntary disclosure and enhance the performance. Female directors guarantee that manager tasks are monitored with a greater attention and rigor than their male counterpart. Having them on the board ensures more independence, unbiased, and a more democratic decision-making process within the board. Also, while ensuring transparency and lowering information asymmetry from which agency costs may arise. The other theory is the research dependency theory. The research dependency theory expands the scope of board of directors' responsibility as envisioned by the agency theory. Companies, according to the overall perspective of research dependency theory, are organizations that are functioning in an open system and requiring an interchange and acquisition of specific resources to thrive. It is comprised of a variety of personnel with skills, authority, and experience in the company's activities. As a result, the composition of the board will serve to reduce environmental dependencies and optimize the company's performance. The participation of male and female directors is an important component of good corporate governance because it provides a diverse pool of resources for the firm's growth, development, and as a result, improved performance. According to the literature review, there have been a noticeable debate and a clear difference in the point of view. Since women empowerment has resulted in a spike in the number of women joining the workforce throughout the world. As a result, this has sparked a debate of how gender diversity in a particular institution influences its performance. If you look here, you will find that researcher opinions have been split into two groups. One group that supported board gender diversity and supported women empowerment in board of directors, and the others they were against. The first group, who supported board gender diversity, argued that board gender diversity improves the board's ability to monitor, as well as the involvement of women on the board to provide the board with a diverse array of points of view, expertise, skills, and opinions that help strengthen the board decision-making process and hence enhance the performance. On the other hand, other researchers suggested that gender diversity generates board heterogeneity that can lead to unfair communication and a greater conflict, fewer agreements, and much more debates among board members, which in turn reduce the effectiveness of board decision-making process and also reduce the firm performance. To conclude, after reviewing prior studies, the research concludes that the greater of the proportion of women directors, the less the agency achieves, and thus the better the performance of the company. This finding supports the argument of the research dependency theory and agency theory. Since the involvement of women directors in a corporate enables company to benefit from new insights and abilities, which in turn leads to improved performance. Having more women on the board of directors means having different skills, different points of view, different backgrounds, and also which leads to innovation and a better performance. As for the research recommendation, we have a three recommendations. The first is for the boards and investors. For the boards and the investors, they should know that board gender diversity has a positive relationship with the company's performance, as the presence of women directors can improve crucial board activities, and having a woman on the board can enhance the firm performance and repetition. As for the policymakers should establish laws and guidelines to promote gender diversity on boards and empower women. The study also demonstrates that the efforts to promote gender diversity and empower women are on the right track. Therefore, policymakers should seize on these policies. As for the future research, the research recommendations for the future research aim to inspire researchers to continue expanding in the investigation of the board gender diversity. That's it. Thank you so much.